Hello and welcome to Heroes of History. This time we are looking into Amelia Earhart, and well, that's because someone asked for it, because I had planned to do all the 4 stars first, but since she's a new hero and some people are curious on the live servers if she is any good compared to Ashoka the Great, well, let's test her out. Now, as you can see here, the new update has landed, at least in the background, not in the front end though, so we can see she's a healer now and still a cavalry unit. You can see that also on live servers, as the backend is updated both places. Now, as you can see here, she has 7,800 almost hit points, which is rather high compared to the units we have been through already, and she isn't even as awoken one level. 565, 585 attack and defense is also relatively high when both are up. And let's look into here. That's the base damage is normal, attack speed is normal, attack range normal, and fast movement speeds is, well, that's a bit unusual for someone with an attack range, and evasion, crit chance and crit damage is the same. Now, the interesting thing is, of course, her ability, which can also be seen other places. Initial charge is 8.8 seconds and regular charge is 12.5 seconds, which is rather high in my opinion. We can look into her and compare her with the stats of our beloved Ashoka the Great here, and 5.6 and 7.4 in comparison. So she is much slower, but well, 1140, and here's a maximum right now, and 220 to the secondary. Well, let's look at what she got further down. She got 1610 with a level 14 tactical move, so it's a lot more to the one she heals, but there is no secondary hero being healed also, but instead we have improving the attack speed by 87.01% and movement speed by 100% for 8 seconds, and it prioritizes heroes. Of course, this lasting for 8 seconds of course requires a long cooldown of regular charges, but that is, well, it is tempering the actual heal effect. Now let's see what she gained from being awoken. More attack, 7.5%. More focus, 30 plus 30, which means the ability land earlier. Hit point plus 15%, defensive 15%, and a focus regeneration plus 1, which literally means that this charges goes down. I'm not sure how much that means, 1 extra. I'm not sure how much is a focus they need to gain before reaching a charge. So, well, that has to be seen if anyone gets her awoken to level 5. Now let's try her out on the battlefield here. Now let's see. I'm quite sure what was it. We was in this no, that wasn't the province. We were actually down here. And then the first one here, and continue. Now this is oh, that's an old team. Let's just change them out, everyone. And to compare her with Ashoka, well, of course we need herself. We had Herman last time. We had Artemisia, we had Pythagoras somewhere, there he was, and one more. That was Confucius here. So they usually step up something like this. He's a close combat, so we put him behind, and he's behind, and she just concentrate on healing. Somewhere like this, and let's go. The interesting thing is when she lands her dropship to take someone out for some healing, which happens now. She took Confucius out, and he is now healed and out of harm's way. Someone else is taking the blows, and well, if they do it right, she will be healing someone relatively early in the next round. Yes, and he healed himself, so probably not him. Confucius again. Of course that exposes the catapult here, but we keep our hero alive. We don't really stand at a place where someone is needing a lot of healing, but it looks rather impressive when she heals someone that actually needs a lot of healing. Now she'll take him to risk and mind how much he was down and how much she actually healed. Now that exposes someone when you move someone from the battlefield. Now you can see that Artemisia died there because she was moved away. Now she moved herself away, out of harm's way, but it exposes the next hero, and well, Herman the Cheruscan here is a bit in a pickle here. He can heal himself a little, and well, that helps out. Let's look at the battle stats here. There we go. Well, let's continue to the next battle here. Continuing here with battle number 4 and attacking here. Let's just go and see if it changes anything. If we do better or worse, which is literally the question compared to having Ashoka the Great as a healer. Again, one of the weird evacuations where she actually moves the evacuated person next to the enemy rather than away from the battlefield and put them, well, in some sort of protected custody. This time we got... Oh, Artemisia, you are a bit in a pickle here. That was a good rescue. I'm not sure that was the safest spot to send her, but... Well, Herman did not make it to the front line and... well, protect Artemisia as he was supposed to. It's a bit of a trouble when he meets units that are too close to our hero front line, or they are too fast. Now Confucius just behind enemy lines once more, not protected by own lines, but behind enemy lines. A really weird action, actually, from her healing ability. It's not really a tactical evacuation if you put them in harm's way, is it? Now let's look at the battle stats here. Let's continue to battle number 5. And there we go. Continue and attack. Again, we get to see the enemy coming in here a bit fast with the cavalry, but it's not really mattering to us. And she comes in rather early on to heal, and well, they're healed fully up here. Now we're getting enemy closer, and we're getting a bit close to Artemisia over here. And we get more in need of a tactical evacuation, which lands now, but not on Artemisia as I would have loved to. But Confucius wasn't even, couldn't even be healed fully because, well, that much power she didn't possess. Now let's see if we can actually survive this round here, because they really hurt, all of them, and we missed one of our major area damages right now. On top of that, they're actually being knocked over right now. Now she tactically evades it herself while exposing Confucius, which, well, has more hit points, but none of them are actually damages, so we're actually gonna lose this one. I'm quite sure of that, even though she's ranged one. I'm not sure she can tactically evacuate herself fast enough way, but maybe, well, they can't hurt her enough. Which is an ironic way of winning and keeping the battle going on and passing this level, but a bit ridiculously sad result compared to, if I don't remember wrong, I could get 2-star with Ashoka in this battle. Now let's look into what the battle stats are here. I look like this. And ironically, even though I think it was a sad battle result here, she getting its most valuable player on the battlefield, but she ended up with an extreme high amount of healing, which helped her up a lot, as well as she had to do a lot of damage in the end and take the hits. So failing the team in general made her the most valuable player on the battlefield based on numbers. Kinda ridiculous if you think of it. Now let's see if she does any better here in battle number 7. And, well, my hopes are not high. I'm afraid I will have an utter defeat in at least one of these final 2 battles before we conclude anything. Let's see. Well, it goes behind lines this time, which is, of course, awesome. And, Artemisia, that was a bad call. That will really hurt our efforts here in the next round, I'm afraid. Well, you could evacuate it this time. That will be helpful at least for the next round, because then it's not the main area damages that dies out. If anyone dies out, it's Confucius here. Well, we can better miss out on him than our area damages if we want a decent result here. Oh, Artemisia went down once more, and so did he over here. Oh, come on. Can you... Well, the timing couldn't be much worse, I'm afraid. Well, maybe if I'm lucky, she can cope with winning this battle on her own by healing herself more than they can make to hurt her between her ability strikes here. Well, yes, and she heals herself up pretty nicely, almost fully, but they will damage less and less the more units we kill, and then she'll move away once more and end up winning the round once again. I can't call it impressive. I simply can't. But it's a bit fun result of the battle, and she didn't even made it to be the most valuable on the team. Well, let's note down the result here, and let's go to battle number 8 and see how that turns out. If she can keep herself alive in the final move. After all, I don't have high hopes, but well, let's see how it goes. It's one big chunk of a battle. Maybe that's where she can perform a bit better rather than all those waves coming and going. Because needs a tactical evacuation here, because he took really a lot amount of damage. But she still needs to keep those alive up here, and well, she'd simply... Well, it's simply too slow, the ability hits, but... We do end up winning this one, and well, much more beautifully than the last 2 battles. So, she do a bit better on single wave battles, apparently. Let's look at the battle stats here. Now let's look at it collectively. Well, Herman did a bit more damage, Artemisia a lot less, Confucius, well, a bit more damage, and Pythagoras more damage, and well, compared to Ashoka, she did much more damage, and especially those 2 battles here pulled her average up very much, but even here when she did decently, she still pulled off more damage, except in the last battle here. And defensive wise, Herman took less damage and Artemisia more damage, well, because she was more exposed, and well, Confucius took a lot less damage, Pythagoras a lot more, because she was more exposed again. And herself, she even took more damage herself because she was more exposed. Average healing from Herman was approximately the same. And well, average healing she did was approximately the same, but pulled up a lot by the 2 rounds where she had to save herself. And looking at it that way, she isn't well the answer to someone to really replace a Shoka, but she can do a good job if you have a battle formation where you don't rely on someone protecting others. So it's a bit different setup than what I did here with the heroes here, but to have a direct comparison, I think that's the best way to show where she's good and where she actually fails to do good. So in total, well, she's useful, but not as useful as I would have wanted her to be. I will say thank you for watching this video.